Tux. See, that's what got you in trouble before. Don't do it. Don't get Mama in trouble again. That was a bad morning. There you go, sweetheart. It's currently 58 degrees out here. There is a definite little chill in the air going on this morning. Are you waiting patiently? You're a good boy. There you go. Hi. Good morning. Hey, Mark Man. It's gonna be a typical Tuesday today with me headed for my shopping and appointments. Oh, we get leaves and everything this time of year. That's what I do in the morning. I come out and I remove leaves. I'm hot now, but I had to come inside and put on my shirt jacket. Just a little cool out here this morning. Hi. There you go. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. We're out here, we're walking. It feels good now. It's breezy with the chill in the air. See, this guy's got on sleeves. But I've ditched the sweater or the shirt jacket now that I'm warmed up. And here's Don, you know, he don't need no stinking long sleeves.
Got a bounce in my step. Rick.
Obviously, we're watching Milton. We're watching JB house relative to Milton.
Yeah, my sister.
Yeah, there's a napkin on the ground to your left. Went with the wind this morning. Yeah, it's, you know, obviously concerning. And, yeah, I don't know. Well, we hustled and got in our 30 minutes and the guys are mowing, so we managed to avoid most of the noise. But they're out there knocking it out today. I think the park will be caught up.
Yeah, but we made a mistake doing that second loop. We should have went over there and picked up that trash because he's just going to run over all that trash.
Was there, did you see stuff?
Yeah, right there at the road.
I missed it, darn it. You're right, we tried to, darn. Well, my goal is 2 pogo loops and 2 trips around the track, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays we have a hard stop and we don't always get that done.
Yeah.
And today was one of those days.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll gives lots and lots of extra
little
stuff
pieces, yeah, more bending over to pick it up when it's little pieces. That's right. Well, we got to do over here this weekend again. There's a lot of trash over here again. Came home to this god-awful noise and they're up there getting rid of that tree. Well, that's good. I see Tux and Stripe. I don't know where Marty is. I'm sure the guys aren't happy about all the noise. But the tree needs to go. They got to do what they got to do. Marty's probably hid somewhere, though. He probably don't like this. And Morris sure ain't up on his chair this morning. I don't see Morris. Poor buddy. Well, I sure do appreciate that those guys didn't start taking that tree down until later in the morning after I got the cats fed. And I'm glad to be leaving. It is really loud. I know it's got to be done. It's just really loud and I'm glad to leave it behind. I didn't see Marty or Morris. I told Don to message me if he sees either of the orange kitties. But Tux and Stripe were there asleep, and I'm sure the cats is just holed up someplace until the noise quits. I can't say that I blame them. I would have let Marty in the house if he'd have run up to me. I am going to let Ruby drive today, but I'm also going to be, you know, careful. I did see a couple of other reports of people that had their cars will say ignore stop signs. So I am going to to use FSD, but I am going to monitor carefully like always, especially on approach to stop signs. Yes, I probably should already be in FSD. I was going to wait till I made the turn here. Not because of the stop sign. It's very hard to see to the left, especially if they haven't mowed recent. And I was just going to set her up for success. Wow, Ruby was driving down the road and she made that emergency alert sound, and as best as I could tell, she was worried about some trash cans off on the side of the road. I'm gonna add something she never would have worried about before. She was driving and there the car coming up on the right, she did the same thing again. God, Ruby, just stop it. Can we please go back to whatever it was before this 12.5 thing, because it's not good. I'm trying to get my heart rate to return to normal. You know, I take the alerts very seriously if she tells me something's wrong. And normally when she's driving, she doesn't alert. Normally. Well, Dawn had said something about cars coming up on the side street too, but I just couldn't quite understand until I was behind the wheel. Full self-driving may be degraded, one or more side cameras occluded. Well, that's probably because of the sun coming in on the right side. I had heard some feedback about people saying it was more sensitive to the sun again. I don't know. It could be condensation when we get into the fall time of the year, it seems like. But is she gonna stop for the red light? Are you gonna stop for the red light, Ruby? You're gonna stop for the big truck? Wow. I mean, seriously? That was she waited way too long to start braking. The light was red, and I really think one of the only reasons she stopped was because of the dump truck. I'm not sure. She showed in the screen that she saw the red light. So she's on 12.5.4.1 now. I'll have to go confirm. I think she's one dot one release ahead of Jules. Now over here she's doing the little stutter thing on the accelerator. Probably nothing you can see on camera, but I'm certainly aware of it. She took away the message about the camera being occluded. She's fussing at me for not torquing the wheel enough. And she's telling me it may be degraded again, and I'm just going to tell you that she did that right after I came out of the shade on the camera over there. So if I had to guess which camera is throwing the alert, it's the one on that side. I'm going to say I think that's the one that we had the problems with for the camera upgrade, although I'm not, right now what do I know, but my best guess is it's software related. Fussy software. Yeah, I mean, I understand that we go forward and backward and, you know, we're trying to improve this software all the time and that it's not always a full step forward. There's a little back slip, but this release is just particularly annoying. I let her handle that because she seemed to be slowing and she was willing to go over the double yellow line. Remember when the cars wouldn't go over the double yellow line basically for any reason? And now they'll go over a bit for a good reason. I still have the degraded message. Well, when I get out at the chiropractor up here, I'll see if there's condensation in the camera housing over there, because the newer cars, I think they have a little better air circulation that Ruby doesn't have, and I have had that happen in the fall before. I would tell you what the current temperature is, but remember, in full self-driving, I can't see that either. I just want to sit down with a Tesla AI autopilot person for just, you know, schedule a 15-minute meeting. I'll write out notes so I can disperse information quickly. I was like, God, come on, guys. You could make me a happy camper with a couple hours of programming time. Okay, she's slowing because of the 35 sign. The Acura behind me is following at a safe distance. She says max is 36 and she's going 36. I didn't pay attention to the speed back there, but I'm going to say she must have been doing around 45, or on top of everything else going on, I probably would have noticed that she was not going fast enough. Now, one of our viewers emailed me and said that the car, I guess he and I are going to say, it keeps on like resetting. Now she's slowing to 28 just to go through the intersection. Oh, God. I gave her some accelerator because obviously there was no appropriate reason to be slowing there, and I'd really like to not irritate the car behind me. So, yeah. I remain fully committed to using FSD and trying to help complete FSD, and I think we're going to get there. I still fully believe it, and I really don't care how long it takes, just as long as we get there sometime. But consider me sufficiently irritated for the last, about 2 weeks with the levels on the cars. Yeah, this is where she's getting in the right-hand lane. Yeah, she used to clearly always get in the left-hand lane, and now she's getting in the right-hand lane every time. I don't know why. What wonderful full self-driving change that, they thought that would be, but I'm just going to say at this light, pretty much the left lane is always where you want to be. I still have full self-driving degraded. I bet it's this camera. I bet money. Yeah, it says 1 or more side cameras occluded. Well, we know there's no dirt on anything on Ruby. Ruby's still really clean right now. I will inspect when we get out. When I get out. Well, Ruby was able to navigate me onto the turnpike by herself, but she was sitting back there at 57 degrees, listen to me, 57 miles per hour. I bumped her up and she was willing to increase her speed, so that was good, but goodness. Now that is right back there where they've just taken down the cones and, this thing is open now. We just haven't had a chance to drive it yet, or a reason to drive it. I torqued the wheel and took her out by accident. She's pestering me a lot, but that's the least of my worries this morning. With her, the least of my worries. Didn't finish my thought back there about the speed limit, but it seems like you'll get all happy that you've got the speed where you want it to be for the road that you're on, and full self-driving is driving and everything is good, and then the next thing you know, the car is slowing, like because it went through another place where the speed limit was set, or saw another speed limit sign or something, and the speed limit didn't really change, but the car reset the max speed to coincide with that stretch of road. So then you have to get the car all happy at the speed that you want to go. I mean, it can be something even as simple as, I just want to be 3 mile over the speed limit, or 5 mile, or 10 mile, and it just resets back to what it thinks the max speed's supposed to be. And this is for all of us running around without the set speed limit thing on that, tells the car what it should be doing. So it's super frustrating. I bumped up my speed so I could get over for this turn ahead, and the guy on my right, at the same time I bumped my speed up, he bumped his speed up, and I'm like, sorry buddy, but I want to get off over here, and you didn't have to make that so complicated. Skies are pretty blue today. I hope I calm down at the chiropractor. It usually helps a little bit. I don't know what business has generated all the extra cars over here on Tuesdays, but something has changed. It really did seem quite underutilized, I guess, but God, there's just barely a space to park anywhere near where I usually park. So I just go down there and park on the end and walk up the little hill. It's good for my health, right? More exercise. Thank God the muscles in my legs and stomach today aren't hurting as bad as they did yesterday. Yesterday was super painful. Today's just a little tender. I hate to think that 2 days of minimal yard work would do that to me, but it did. I'm done with my chiro treatment. We kind of put the paddles vertical up and down on my spine today. Again, I'm getting PEMF, electromagnetic pulse treatments done, not getting my back adjusted, manipulated, you know, the standard what you would think of for chiropractor stuff. And it's not an instantaneous feel better thing, but it is a feel better pretty quick thing. And yeah, it felt good while it was happening, and hopefully it'll really relieve the inflammation. There are a lot less cars in the parking lot today for Hertz. I wonder if some of them got sent to Hurricane Helene ravaged areas. Don't know. That would be my speculation, though. I wish the girls were just a little bit prettier. As tempting as it is to put it outside in a flower pot, it's a Danbury mint piece, so I better not do that. This is where they've really rearranged things, and it's mostly good. That is a dish drying thing, I think. Maybe a little rug for the bathroom, maybe. I got a lot of new furniture. There's a small bin of Legos, but it wasn't worth bringing home for me. Let me see if I can find a Halloween thing today. Well, that's only $4 and I really want it. I'll put it in the dryer to get the little bits of whatever that is that's on it. It's not dirt. It almost looks like, I don't know, glitter or stuff. I'm sure it'll come out in the dryer, no sweat. $4 is good. There's been a few other things today I wasn't happy about the price.
Well, they've come up and I would say took the top of the tree. It was, I mean, they left quite a bit of the major part of the trunk. The part that was still in the woods they left. The part of the tree that fell into the actual yard, they have taken away. They did, I heard the chipper grinder up here, and it looks like they definitely piled up the larger limbs here for the people, and they only took part away the stuff that was really big at the top. Well, although that could be the entire top of the tree, and the only thing they took was the limbs. Chipped those up. So I think they probably were pretty smart that they basically just took the part that was really bothering them and just left that tree. You know, somebody who was real ambitious could come, you know, that's enough firewood to heat a lot of homes there, but you know, that's a lot of work.
Well, I ended up getting a few more things than I thought I was going to get right there at the end. I threw some stuff in. I'll try to take a picture or shoot a video when I get home. Definitely happy about the black pumpkin rug. I think the kitties will like that. We know I needed another rug at my house. Actually, the black kitty one I have in Johnny's bathroom is a little tiny, and that might be a good candidate to put in there in the bathroom. So I am headed over to Whole Foods now. Don shot a video, said the guys are done apparently with what they're going to do with the tree up there. And I told him this morning, here, let me turn the fan motor down lest the microphone be getting wind noise in it. I told Don this morning that I would rather they do less than more, based on the fact that I really like my privacy separating us, and I didn't want him to go crazy right there on the property line. And he says they cleaned up the mess that was in the grass and left some of the things that were still actually in the woods. So it seems like I got my wish that they, you know, didn't overdo up there. So I suppose that's good. Anyway, good for them that they got their yard back from that big tree, which was taking up most of the yard. You know, I keep on breaking my rule of I probably should reboot after an update, just because, you know, sometimes it just seems like the car needs it, even though you would think that that wouldn't be the case. I did just put her in FSD, and maybe while I'm in the Whole Foods parking lot, I can remember to actually reboot her. We'll see how she does between here and Whole Foods. It really has turned out to be a lovely day. I hope the people that are trying to get out of Milton's Way are able to get out as, you know, okay today. I forgot to look for condensation when I got to the chiropractor, and if there was, it's gone now. I see some, you know, fingerprints from the solar farm, but not over top of the camera housing itself. That looks like a fire waiting to happen. Pine straw loves to catch fire. We got pumpkins and really pretty mums. As the Model 3 on my left backed out and I heard the reverse camera, I thought to myself, you know, I really have not ever heard another electric vehicle, or quiet ICE car for that matter, make a backup noise. There was all this fuss about the Teslas having to have this sound. I don't know, do you drive another make of electric car and have a backup noise? Or have you heard a backup noise from another electric vehicle? I'm just curious. Thankfully, nobody's parked next to Ruby. Mostly because when I back in, it makes it super hard to load up the groceries if there's somebody on both sides. So I'm thankful they're not. I got this really plush, large, Western-themed blanket for my friend. We're gonna drop off the plant for her and her mom, well, plants, on Friday on the way to pick up Johnny because we're going through Siler City. I'm going to throw that in the wash. A shirt for Johnny. The shower curtain. It has really nice flowers on it. And you saw I think the pumpkin rug. And then this really soft autumn fall spongy floor, kitchen floor, bathroom floor rug. And then there's a tray that's for the wreath that I'm putting together for Michelle, so I have something to carry it on. And you'll see that when I'm putting it together, and I had Dawn take that to the garage. So not a ton of stuff, but a little bit of stuff. Oh, and there was one little piece of $4 costume jewelry. It's that black with the gold foil. I forget what it's called. I collect that stuff, and it was a little pendant. I made you pepperoni pizza nachos.
It is. I love it. It tastes like pepperoni pizza. It's got pork rinds and mozzarella and
onions
and some like spaghetti sauce.
Yep, spaghetti sauce. Yeah, look, used up the cheese from the corn dogs I made, and used up the cheese from the last time I made meatballs or something. Anyway, Don don't like waste. Don likes leftovers. Don walked up there to take a look at the tree with me, and
she put me to work.
Well,
I had a broke a sweat.
They piled some stuff in our yard. Places where Don and I have been and cleaned out and spent a lot of back breaking sweat up there, and I got a little frustrated. But it's handled now. I'm gonna work on the building for a bit. You know, this one is not a true modular. I can't lift off the sections of it, and it would be a lot of work at this point to make that happen. So yeah, I suppose I'm just going to keep on going. There is a part of me, though, that's just a smidgen bummed that I didn't think about it sooner, or it wasn't designed that way better, or something along those lines. Well, it's coming along quite nicely. Yeah, I'm real happy with it. I am short some of the floor tiles and short some of the dark purple inverted slopes. I've substituted black down here. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 7 short. I don't think there's any inverted on the top floor. Yeah, because these are all purple inverted. But yeah, it's coming along nice. It's a little after 7 and I'm stopping. Word, look at how that one turned out. I am super stoked about it, right down to the glow-in-the-dark bow. Oh yeah, that's what we should do. We gotta show them in the glow-in-the-dark now. Okay, hang on. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. It's just so cool. It's so cool. It's a good thing life does have things that really bring joy.